What's up guys, it's Osirus. Welcome to a brand new video in this sampling series. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to be taking a look at Edison, and we're going to take a look at some things we can do with sampling in Edison. Yeah, let's get right into this. Edison is an audio editor in FL Studio, but we can use its audio editing features for sampling. So we can use this to edit our samples and just really focus on that sample and manipulate that sample to get what we want. So you can open Edison by clicking this scissors icon here, or just go to your channel rack, any channel, and select Edison. So yeah, so let's look at a few things Edison can do, and I'm going to show you some things you can do with sampling with Edison. With Edison, you can just take your sample, put in Edison, and you can just focus on that sample before you start using it in your beats. So you can start editing the sample. I'm just going to cut that silence here, or I can use the trim silence feature to remove that silence, and I can start editing this sample to get what I want. You have different audio editing tools here you can use for your beats. You have the regular fade in, fade out, normalize you have in your sampler. You have the reverse. You have blur. Blur is like a reverb tool that just spreads out your sample. So let's preview this. Yeah, so what you might want to use Edison for is to really edit that sample before you start using it with other instruments in your track. So you might have, I have a video where I sampled one of Sade's track, and I had to drop the whole song in Edison and just select the part of the sample I want. So that's one of the things you might want to use Edison for. Just select, if you have a very large song and you want a sample for that, you can just drop the song in Edison and select the part of the sample you want. I'll leave a link to that video in the description below. So another reason why you need to know how to use Edison in FL Studio is because some samplers in FL Studio, like SliceX, use features from Edison. So they borrow Edison's audio editing features. So you see how similar this is. So SliceX has all these features in Edison. So if you know how to use Edison, you know how to use the audio editing part or the audio editing aspect of SliceX. So some tools in FL Studio borrows from the audio editing features in Edison. So that's the basic thing about Edison. I'll leave a link in the description below of a video where you can learn everything you need to learn about Edison. So let's see some few things we can do with this, with the beats we made in the last video. I'm just going to open that up. Then we made this in the last video, sampling in the playlist. So I want to teach you something in Edison. I want to teach you how to resample a sample. So I'll take this out of here. Then I'm just going to consolidate this track. Then let's delete this. Then I'll double click on this and open this in Audio Editor, and this will open in Edison. So what I want to do is create like a LoFi effect with this sample. So a trick we can use for that is to just right click on this sample rate. I'll set this to 16 bits, and we're just going to reduce the sample here. Let's set this to 2000, for example, and I'll click on resample. So let's accept this, and now we have this. So from this to this, I'm also going to blur this sample. Let's preview this. I'll reduce that. Let's accept this. So let's try to add one more thing. I'll go to tools here, run scripts, FX, and old school, run. So I'll drag and drop this here, and now we have this. So let's do a little arrangement to our beat here, and we've been able to lo-fi our sample with just some few effects in Edison. So I'm going to let's see, let's duplicate this, and I'm just going to remove some stuff from this. Let's pull out the drums, let's pull out the bass, pull out the drums from here, then we'll leave the bass. Then I'll bring back the original sample here, and let's see how this sounds. I'll give this a little stereo delay. Let's preview this. Let's turn the volume down. And this is not timed properly. Let's match this to the grid and cut this. We have some timing issues here. Let's fix this. Now we have this. So with just a few tricks in Edison, we've been able to turn the sample to a lo-fi sample, and we've been able to switch the effects of the sample in the intro and when the main track starts. So that's an example of something you can do with Edison. Edison is a very advanced audio editor, and if you know your way around Edison, you can edit your sample to any level you want. So that will be all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from this. In upcoming videos in this series, we'll be going into Edison to edit some samples and drop them back into the playlist or put them into other sampling tools. And I just wanted you guys to know how to use this and to know some things you can get out of Edison. I'll leave the links to all the videos we talked about in the description below, so you can check out details on everything we've talked about. So that'll be all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you learned something new from this. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions about this, leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Let's listen to this again.